Oh boy, here we go again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Junkyard Digs. I'm your host, Kevin.
And I'm Mook.
And in just under a month, all of our friends are headed to the drag strip, and we thought, what better thing to take along than this 71 Satellite that we just bought off Facebook Marketplace on the back of our Dodge Ramp truck. You ready for this, Mook?
Yep.
Let's do it. So, like I just said, this is a 71 Plymouth Satellite that I just bought this morning off Facebook Marketplace. In fact, the first clip of this video was this car rolling out of the trailer. Now, if you know anything about MOPARs and anything about the Rust Belt, they do not mix, and these cars do not survive. This one, albeit still rough in a few areas, probably the best MOPAR I have seen for sale in a very long time. We paid $3,500 for this car. It's got all that special 1 year only 1971 metal and a 318 backed by an automatic trans. The clock is a ticking, so we're gonna drag this thing to the backyard, jump straight into it, and see if we can get this thing running and driving once again for the first time in a number of years.
The sun's setting, we gotta go!
Yeah, let's go.
Ah! Do we have power steering? Do we know? Probably not.
Well, it doesn't run, so.
What a luxury that would be. Make better choices?
What are you heck off.
I'm kidding.
Get in. Get in.
I can't talk, I just got Booger Truck home.
Alright, get in there, Stinky.
It is stinky.
No, you're in there. The stinky one is you.
Ow.
Side note, if anyone wants to buy the 440 boat from last year, let me know. I lost my storage and I don't want it to sit outside. Yeah, I think these will go together excellently. Alright, let's get this sucker in place. 318 with a 2-barrel. Looks like we're missing our vacuum booster hose, which is interesting. Our coil wire is just unplugged currently. We don't have an upper radiator hose. Oh, well, we do have a motor that spins over really nice. Maybe even too nice. I don't know. Where should we start?
Vacuum?
Vacuum? That is a good idea, because there is a bunch of crap in there. Let's do it. We actually have no idea how long this car's been sitting, but judging by the amount of mouse poop, I would say a while. Oh boy. I don't know about this one, Mook. The last car we worked on that had a 318, the 70 Satellite from years ago, it also had a very seized carburetor. And no matter what we did, we never did get it to move. What we ended up doing was actually taking a 2 to 4 barrel adapter upside down and then putting a 4-barrel on that engine. And it ran great. like way too good. Might have to do it again. What do you say we throw a battery in this thing and see if it lights on fire or if anything works?
It's already orange.
Won't even know. Battery's hooked up.
Oh, there's an oil light.
Any signs of life, Mook?
I got an oil light.
Yeah. Reach in there and tap the key. See if the magic smoke comes out or if she spins.
Alright, tapping. Nothing.
Nothing at all?
Nothing.
Is it in park all the way?
Yeah.
Huh, okay.
The oil light does, yeah.
Oh, no, Mook. It's the 8-star adventure.
No.
There is a lot of mouse damage, so I gotta wonder if the wires just got chewed. So much like a Ford, they have a starter solenoid right here. This one's more of a relay, not a solenoid. One of these wires will control our internal relay to connect these two right here, which one runs off the battery, the other one runs down to the starter where they have a second solenoid. Long story short, I should be able to cross these two and it'll crank. All this electrical is so bad.
Oh,
so bad on this car. Alright. Clearly I need to clean up these wires a little bit and we'll try her again.
no super start for now.
Gotta clean up them OEM wires, Mook. Keep those number matching MOPAR starter wires. It's just Dodge things. Yeah. It's slow as hell, but it's fun. I think I've seen this movie before. So she spins. What do you say we try for spark?
Okay.
Alright. Coil lead. This is 71. I believe this is points ignition. So let's just check quick, hey? Find a good ground and check for spark, eh, Mook?
Yeah.
Yeah, believe it or not, nothing. Pop that guy. Oh, hello. This is interesting. New cap and rotor.
Ooh.
New condenser. Newer points as well, but they are indeed crusty. So I'm going to turn that key off so I don't get shocked. Get some sandpaper and get those cleaned up. Get the sandpaper in here. Now remember, kids, sanding is only half the battle. You need to get the dust from the sandpaper off as well. Hopefully these open pretty far. Maybe I can sneak my finger in there even. Yes. That's the best. Okay. Let's turn the key on and see if we got power.
Nothing?
Seemingly nothing at all. So usually when I open these I should get a little spark. Or if I ground this or anything else out to that arm, I should get a spark. But I'm getting nothing. If I had a guess, that's an issue with our key or maybe this valve resistor, I don't know. What we could do, Mook, just get a wire, run it to the positive side of the coil and hotwire this thing. So, if you're having issues with your ignition, not getting power to the positive side of your coil, all you need to do is slip an extra connection here on the positive side of your coil. I think we had to do this on the satellite, the 70 satellite as well. The one that Thunderhead and I did a revival on years ago. You can check those out way back on my channel or on Thunderhead's channel. He's got the whole thing edited into one. Anyway, wire on the positive side of the coil and then connect the other side to the positive battery terminal. See that spark? Hear it?
I can hear it.
That means she's working. So if we just stick this in there somewhere. Oops. And now, if I take my screwdriver and open the points, hear it sparking?
Mm-hmm.
So with that, our points appear to mostly be working. They're getting a full 12 volts right now and not loving it, to say the least. They're getting a little smoky and weldy, but nah, they'll be fine for what we're trying to do today. I got low expectations and high hopes. A dangerous combo. Alright, here we go. Alright, let's check for a spark again. This thing's turning over so slow.
I can hear the thumpies.
I know, it ain't good. Well, she's got sparks. As long as we can get her to spin fast enough, it might do something for us.
She's got rhythm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have that stuck in my head now.
Do you see an oil dipstick anywhere?
I see a dipstick.
There it is on your side by the alternator.
Oh, look, I found it.
Good job.
It's right here, Kevin.
I'm so glad you found that all on your own.
Yeah, I don't know what you do without me.
It's perfectly full. The oil's dirty, but she's got it. You definitely want to check that after you start cranking.
Kevin, I think you want to do that before.
Nope. Who's the expert here, Mook?
Well, yeah, you just said it, Mook.
Come on, at least make a little pop noise for me. Oh. Honestly, I wasn't expecting to be this successful with this. What are you laughing at?
It's got a different rhythm now.
It's changed.
It's like a higher pitch.
Usually, I would pull the plugs and throw some ATF down the cylinders and let that sit for a while, but look at all the blow by already. Those rings are a little sticky. Try a little more, and then we're gonna give up and take it to the shop. Just, you know, the aesthetic out here. It reminds me of the first satellite revival.
Do you even know what that word means?
Satellite? Yeah, it's the thing that flies around.
Yeah, that's the word I was talking about.
Well, she's got one really good cylinder, I can tell you that much. We've probably either got some sticky valves or unhappy with flooded spark plugs or something, so at this point our sun's getting a little harsh for the camera. We're going to need all of our tools anyway if we have any hope of fixing the brakes on any of this, so Let's go get the truck and the trailer, load her up, and take her to the shop. We got 1 out of 8. Maybe we'll make it down the 8th mile.
Dumb.
We sure have spent a lot of time pushing this thing.
Yeah, we have.
Alright, heave. Mook, I don't know about you, but sun's going down and I'm hungry. Fresh start tomorrow?
Yeah.
Margaritas tonight?
Now you're talking. You even brought a trailer to bring me home.
Yeah, you get a ride in the Fairmont on the trailer. Alright, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, folks. As you can see, we've done a little work this morning. We've removed the hood to gain a little more access into this thing, put fender covers on it. I don't really know why, I've just always had them. In a weird twist, I'm finally using them for the first time in my life because the paint's so bad. Beyond that, we took a trip down to O'Reilly's, ordered a whole bunch of parts, brought a whole bunch of consumables and stuff back with us. We've got new battery cables, new high torch starter, a carb adapter to hopefully do our little 4-barrel trick again to get this thing running. I think step 1 is going to be probably the starter. So if I had a guess, yeah, she's just not turning fast enough to probably ever do anything. So if you guys ever find yourself in a situation like I am right now where you have an engine that's not cranking well, it's like usually one of 2 or 3 things. Number 1, obviously your battery might have low voltage or a dead cell or something in it like that. Number 2 is connection. Even though you may have continuity and all the lights turn on and it cranks a little, it might not have that full bodied connection of the whole wire. It might just be connecting through one little tiny spot, which is raising a whole bunch of resistance and heat and losing amperage. And amperage is what it takes to really crank a motor. Or they might just be so old and corroded through the whole sleeve here that they've also lost a lot of their ability to carry amps. You may also have cables that are just too small. A larger cable will easily carry more amperage. Beyond that, our starter may be getting weak. That's especially notable in vehicles where when they're cold, they fire up just fine. Then you drive them and park them and the engine heat soaks, the engine bay heat soaks, and you hop back in to start it and it just does not want to crank. That's either signs of a weak starter or a starter that is suffering from heat soak. And that happens a lot when there's aftermarket exhaust headers right next to the starter. So either wrap the headers or put a shield fiberglass cover on the starter to keep it from getting cooked. Oh, and on GMs, you have to shim the starter, and I think if it's too tight, they bind up sometimes. And of course, last but not least, the thing we're really hoping is not the issue, internal engine issues, where the pistons, rings, something's hanging up, and the engine's just too tight for that starter to be able to turn it over. Seeing that I can spin this thing over by hand like it's nothing, I'm pretty sure we're dealing with a weak starter and or bad connections, so hopefully this will be our fix. I'll get these new cables on and then we'll get this up on the lift and get a starter in there and see if that does it. Alright, thanks to Ben Packett is the moment of truth. Let's go underneath this thing and see how solid it is. Now the guy who sold me this said that it had good fenders and, well, they're potentially fixable fenders, but not by myself. It is a pretty flat piece of steel that someone could bend up there, so that's probably okay. Moving underneath though, our floor pans look incredible. For a MOPAR, are you kidding me? There's floor pans. The frame rails look good. Like I don't even see a hole up there. If you remember from the 70s satellite, we actually took one of those starter bolts out from over here. We reached through the car. That side looks equally good. No holes there at all. I can't tell if this was undercoated or it just leaks that bad. Torque boxes look excellent. Frame rails look good. Exhaust is rusted through. Trunk pan. Incredible. Look at that. It's like perfect. A little rust in the quarters once again. A little in the wheel wells, but like up there and inside looks awesome. Frame rails here got a little bit showing, but the structural part for the spring shackle looks fine, which is good. Floor around it looks good too. This is just unheard of for a northern Mopar.
Those leaf springs are so long.
I know, right? Like they reach into the next county. Probably didn't see a lot of winters. I would love to figure out when it was parked. Something wrong. There we go. Alright. There's our old starter out. Now as you can tell, this is a pretty big unit right here. Unfortunately, these Mopar starters just kind of suck overall. They're not a great unit. They're big, complicated, heavy, and they just crank slow as hell all the time. But since the 318 lived so long, into the 90s in fact, you can get a starter from a 1991 Dodge Dakota that had a 318, which, as you can tell, is a high torque gear reduction unit. It is significantly more compact, lightweight, and should be way more powerful. This should bolt right into place, mesh up just fine, hook up to the same 2 wires, and deliver us way more starting capability. Let's get her in there. Oh my god, there's so much more room in here now. Also, side note, remember what I was saying about wires not being completely connected and losing amperage? See this guy right there? There's basically nothing holding him on still. He is just dangling by a thread. Yeah, there. That was probably most of our problem, actually. Regardless, I don't want to play the 8-starter adventure game again, so we're going high torque. Alright, there we go. I've got our electrical system redone. I cleaned up the contacts on our relay, got our new power wire running to the relay, got our new body ground, new actual ground, new positive wire to the brand new starter. Everything here should be as good as it can possibly be to make this motor crank over. Let's see how we did. Also, there's a chance that cleaning up all those contacts made our key work again. Holy crap, our key started working. That thing cranks a lot better. I love to see that. The starter sounds a lot happier as well. I think the next step is moving on to getting this thing to fire, hopefully on more than 1 cylinder. Come on, show me some signs of life besides just one. Hey, that was an attempt at a couple. What? Now it doesn't work anymore? Are you kidding me? Hey, look at that. It actually kind of ran. Just needs a lot more fuel. Come on, girl. Hell yeah. Alright, we got ourselves a motor that shows signs of life. Let's get that carb off, get a different carb on, maybe figure out what that large clunking noise is down below, and make this sucker run. Alright, off with this garbage. Into the trash can. Yeah, she's completely seized up on the bottom. And then all I simply have to do is take this upside down and mount it right there. Now this might seem ridiculous, and that would be because it is. But just like last time on the other satellite, I have no Dodge carburetors on hand, but I've got a good number of 4 barrels laying around. So I'll clean up that mating surface, flip this guy upside down, get him bolted on there. I believe we gotta fill 4 holes with RTV or something to stop a large vacuum leak. And then we can drop a 4 barrel on here, plumb it up, and see if we can really get this motor to run. Is this going to be what's on the car when it goes to a drag strip at the end of April? Absolutely not. Hopefully by then we've got a whole intake, headers, cam, all the goods on this thing to build ourselves a stout little 318. But for today, in the sake of getting this thing running, this will work just fine. Alright, she's all cleaned up. I've got our custom gasket made. I say custom because as you can see I had to cut a couple of the holes to get that to even fit. This is just for testing purposes only, and even those might not work out too well. Alright, let's get it bolted down. Well, for better or worse, it's on there. Got some RTV on there curing. This is the new RTV from, I believe Permatex makes Right Stuff, that is 1 minute cure time, and well, it's been 3 and it's still completely soft. So if I had to guess, it's just resistive to blowouts because it's stickier, but we're still going to need a few hours to let it cure. Especially since I'm using it completely wrong in a place that's directly exposed to gasoline, which it's not supposed to do. In the meantime, I guess we can move forward with some other stuff. I pulled one of the plugs out. They don't look that old nor that bad, honestly, but I've got new ones, so we'll go ahead and throw some of those in. We can put our upper radiator hose on, fill our cooling system, just get this sucker ready to run. So when that's cured, we can drop a carb on and light this sucker off. Yeah, there's a little oil on this one too. A couple of these were definitely some oil burning cylinders, but They don't look terrible. So earlier I talked about putting some performance parts in this motor, kind of waking this thing up. I want to know down in the comments, what do you guys think we should do to it? I'm thinking cam, good intake, carb, headers, just a nice simple bolt on it. A distributor as well, of course. If that's something you want to see, let me know in the comments. Can't promise that'll happen, but we'll see. Well, still waiting on our 1 minute RTV to cure. Got our upper radiator hose on. Next up is the lower, and I thought, hey, you know what? I should probably see how this guy's doing, see if he's okay, and he's not. That thing is paper thin. I have never seen a hose that bad before. Yeah, I'm gonna go on a limb and say we are gonna have some coolant issues with this car. I have never seen the inside of a hose do that unless it was like from down south and they ran just water and all the rust accumulates on the inside. Maybe this isn't a northern car. Well, in classic fashion that made a mess, but check this out. There is some crap in here. That's all these dried up and hardened glycol. I'm sure this engine's not going to run hot at all. I see filling the bucket went good.
Yes.
Let's flush this out. I've got the overflow hose thing off and try to flush out some of that crap. Alright, new hoses are on. Let's get some glycol in it. We filled the block with water in an attempt to drain it, and it just took 1.5 gallons and nothing happened. So I guess that is a 50-50 mix. I'm sure that'll turn out just fine. Well, it's been a couple hours. Still waiting on that RTV to set up. Still super squishy. Regardless, our cooling system is all filled up, ready to go. I think we're gonna work on cleaning out the car next. Caleb's got the vacuum going here, and honestly, this trunk floor is ridiculously good for a MOPAR. We saw it from the other side before, but like, check this out. Just fantastic. Ready, sir?
Yep.
Well, I would say the trunk cleaned up really nice. Caleb brings up a good point. What is all the mud in this car from? Like, there is just an obscene amount of mud on the floor pans in here, and it stinks too. So I don't think, yeah, nope, that's not bolted down, so that's not the original seat. Those can go away. We might as well drop this thing on the floor and roll it out and just go wash it.
Yeah, might as well.
I washed the outside. It didn't really do anything. This is still like an absolute chalkboard, and it turns your hand orange. Let's roll it outside and get the garden hose out and get the mud out of it.
Sounds good.
No longer a flower bed. Let's get this seat out of here. Thankfully, and unfortunately, the door opens 90 degrees because something's broke. But it's definitely been smacked before, because you can see where the fender hit it right here.
Yeah. You want an old Milwaukee?
Nah, I'm good. Thanks for offering, though. That is an old Milwaukee, too. This is probably the only clue we have to when this was last on the road. Someone in the comments who drinks a bunch of old Milwaukee can probably tell me what year is this beer can. Actually, there's another clue. This is a Quaker City bottle that's definitely pretty... Oh, it's turbo approved. Look at that. 1994. Judging by what I've seen on this, that'd probably make a little more sense. All right, let's get it cleaned out. Oh man, I just sucked up all the numbers matching rust. What am I thinking? One year only option rust. Nope. There she goes. Oh yeah, look at that. It's a nice mouse nest. I'll just suck that up quick, but there's some paperwork under there. Hit it. probably change that to there was once some paperwork under there. Dang it. Let's take this out. It's dirty. Alright. What do we got? Oh, it's from Wesley, Iowa. Oh, this is half of the owner's manual in here. Damn mice got it, but look at that. 1971 Plymouth Satellite. Right, let's see what we got. We got a Bauer implement. That must have been... Oh, damn it, they ate... Literally right here is the date issued, and they ate it off. 1973 fee was still in Wesley, Iowa, Kossuth County, up in North Iowa. That's really surprising. It came from like North Iowa, and it's this good. Oh, here we go. Jeff and Bauer in Oh, whoa, hang on. No way, this is Wright County. I'm from Wright County. Here we go, 1990. This thing was in Wright County. I am from Wright. It's in Belmont. I grew up in Belmont. This car came from my hometown. Holy crap. I was going to say, the Jeff Bauer, the name Bauer seems familiar. No frickin' way. What are the odds of that? Holy crap, that is incredible. So there's a chance, since this is from the same town I am, of 2,000 people, that I could maybe track this title down. I haven't mentioned it yet, but this car does not have a title as it stands, but it's from the same town of 2,000 people I grew up in. And if he was the last owner in 1990, which from the looks of it might have been, there's a chance I can find the title of this car. That is crazy. This is just all... Yeah, this looks like it's all just stuff that came with the car. Oh, that's how you start your car, in case you were confused. Holy crap. Belmont, Iowa. What are the chances of that? Alright, well, let's hop on the phone and see if any of the Bauer family's still around up there and see if they got a title for me. That is so damn cool. Alright, I'm too excited to wait. It's phone call time. Let's call up Tom. He grew up in Rowan, nearby. But he used to work at the implement dealership. The John Deere implement dealership in Belmont. So maybe he knew the one in Wesley? Ironically, I drove...
You'll never call this number again.
I got a question for you.
I don't know.
Does Bauer implement ring a bell? Wesley, Iowa?
It does sound sort of familiar. I don't know why, though.
Early 70s into the probably 80s. Does Jeff Bauer or Bauer from Belmont ring a name?
No.
Dang it.
But that's maybe why Bauer sounds familiar.
Found half of a registration in this Plymouth, and I pulled it out, and the car's from Belmont.
No way.
Yup. I guess I'll keep calling around, because I don't have a title for it, but man, it can't be hard to find now.
Somebody from Belmont.
Oh, you know who it is? It's the lady that did my hair for years.
Is that right?
Bauer. That's the name I know.
Huh.
It was the lady who cut my hair for like 20-something years. His last name's Bauer.
Well, if she doesn't have an immediate family, then she ought to have some ideas.
Well, I'm going to give her a call. We'll find out.
Yeah, that's kind of cool, really.
Well, hey, take care, sir.
Yeah, good luck.
Do I have her phone number? Probably not. I don't have that one, but I tell you who I do have. My mom's phone number.
Hi, Kevin.
Hey, Mom. Question.
Yeah.
Jeff Bauer. Does that name ring a bell? 1990 Belmont, Iowa.
Oh, Bauer. So those people don't ring a bell to me at all, but ex-husband was Bauer. Except they were classmates with Hilby, so that means they're from Britt.
Well, there was an implement dealership up in Wesley, was a Bauer implement, because the car was originally registered to there and then it went to Belmont.
Yeah, let me know what you find out.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Let's do a Google quick. Okay, if you ever have a car, you're missing a title, you're trying to track someone down, Google their name and where they're from, and look for obituaries, because they're either going to be listed as the person who passed away or a descendant of the person who passed away. And they might even list grandkids, so you can use that to track 2 or 3 people down the line, find someone who's still around and might know something about the car you're trying to get information on. Jeff Bauer, Belmont? I don't see if he moved later, I don't know. Let's try Jeff Bauer, Iowa obituaries. Nothing, really, so there's a chance this guy's still around. Let's try his wife, I'm assuming. Ooh, here we go. It looks like potentially their son might have passed, unfortunately, a few years ago. He was born in Britt, Iowa, to Jeffrey Bauer He's survived by his father and stepmother, Jeff and Bauer of Bingo. There we go. His son graduated from BK in '98, 2 years after I was born. Wow, this guy did a lot of stuff. He was a cool dude. So passed, but looks like as of 2019, old Jeff is still around. Maybe it's Wisconsin. Alright, well here's a phone number for a company in Wisconsin, and says there's a Jeff Bauer as the principal owner, so let's give that a call, see what happens.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless. Your call cannot be complete.
That's about right. Finding the phone number for someone is usually the tricky part, and you gotta click on a lot of stuff. Once in a while you can find one that still works. A lot of times the websites want you to pay for stuff too, but sometimes if you're lucky, in the description on the search page, the phone number will be visible. Let's try this. Oh.
Hello?
Hi, is this Jeff?
Yeah.
Hey Jeff, this is Kevin Brown. I have a couple questions for you if you got a second.
Sure.
I just bought a 71 Plymouth Satellite today.
Yeah?
And in the glove box, I found half of an Eaton registration with your name on it.
That'd be me.
And ironically,
bought it new.
you did, you bought it new.
Yeah.
I wondered, I saw the implement name on it at first, and then I was flipping through and I saw Belmont. And I said, no way, because I grew up in Belmont.
Did you really?
And I just bought the car out of Des Moines, having no idea of its history.
God, I can't believe that thing's still, yeah. I had it for 27 years.
Real, holy cow. So
Yeah.
you had it till about 98 then, or somewhere around there?
Somewhere in there, yeah. Then Richard, what was Richard that bought the Plymouth or something like that?
Okay.
He was from Belmont too.
He drove that for a while.
Yeah, I don't know how long he drove it.
The last oil can and old Milwaukee beer can I found sitting in it looks to be about 94.
Yeah, probably mine. I like that flavor.
Well, I still got one of your cans if you want it back.
How original is that car?
Someone repainted it, not
I had
red.
it repainted once.
Okay. It's some of the tail lights and stuff are missing. Someone took a couple parts off, but like the 318's still here. The grill's all still good. Surprisingly, I bought it because it's probably the cleanest MOPAR I've seen in Iowa in like years. And
Oh, really?
the floor pans are still in it. The trunk's still in it. It's pretty solid.
Well, see, I always kept that inside in the winter. When I first got it, I had two vehicles, so I put that in storage practically every winter. I never drove it on salt. It was, at one time, I think for the age, it was above average for shade.
Oh yeah, it still is today, I'd say. She's got a few
Oh,
dents
yeah.
and the door's been wind whipped, but
I actually got the flyers that I'd send you for
that came with it.
Yeah, I think it's for the dealers, the brochures.
Yeah, that would be really cool to have.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, why don't
dang
you
it.
fix it up?
Yeah, now I can't sell it. Damn it.
No, you know what's weird? Is my cousin. He's in Minneapolis. And he had some type of MOPAR, and the guy that found that called him once with the same call. And I said, "That's weird that that somebody tracked you down." He said, "Yeah, it's doable." And that guy fixed it up, and it's worth like 80,000-90,000. Yeah.
You didn't have any other Mopars sitting around, do you?
No, I don't. Let me know if you ever do anything at that car.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
I'll
so-
send you the link for the video. It'll be out at the end of the week.
Yeah, in case I wanted to throw some money at it. I don't know if you ever wanted to get rid of it. I don't know. I never really thought about it. But I'd kick myself in the ass if I didn't. But I don't know if the guys I've talked to about fixing them up, you better have a shitload of money in this.
Oh yeah. Maybe at the end of this, if nothing else, we'll road trip it up there. Maybe that'll be our be our end goal.
It's Party Central up here.
Alrighty, well hey, thank you very much, sir.
No problem.
Yep.
Nice talking to you.
Yep, I'll
Okay,
talk
bye.
to you soon. Goodbye. And with that, we've tracked down all the original documentation to the car, a potential lead on a title, made a friend with the original owner, talked to him, got the history on the car, and might even have a buyer when we're done with it. That's all it takes. A little bit of Googling, a little bit of digging. God, that's just too damn cool. Alright, it's been 24 hours. This stuff is, I guess, set up. It's really squishy. It feels a lot different than normal RTV. Regardless, I got ourselves a carved gasket and a beautiful 600 CFM Holley Classic provided to us by Holley. Yes, perfect. A big pile of chrome atop a rusty turret motor. Get this sucker bolted down, plumb up a fuel system, and see if she wants to run. Here we go. It likes to idle, and that's it. Oh, it's out of fuel. I didn't turn the fuel pump on. Oil light turns off, so it's got pressure. I don't know how much, obviously. Happy, just need it cleared out. Look at that. We have a visitor. Ta-da! Sweet. It's stinky, but it's a runner. Tom, how are you?
I'm good, you?
Not too bad. I got a question. Convenient timing you happen to show up. I have this orange chalkboard. You're a body guy. What would you do about changing that? Or is there any hope for that? Yeah, if you touch it, then it's shiny again.
I mean, you could buff a spot and see what you think.
We got too curious. We gotta see it now. Wow, that took nothing.
There, now you're screwed. Now you gotta do it all.
That is an entirely different color.
That's just how oxidized that stuff is.
Crap. I didn't think it would come out this good. Oh, now you can see all the dents and orange peel.
Yeah.
Oh, put it back.
Pee on it a few times. Turn.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, truth is, if you color sanded it a little, it'd probably really shine, but the car's not in good enough shape to justify that amount of effort.
This must be your first time to my shop. You'd be surprised how much we do to nothing. Well, I will not take credit for that. That is all Tom. But that is incredible how fast that rubbing compound took that down to a surface. Those guys that have done bodywork for a long time are good friends to make. They are very knowledgeable individuals and usually more than willing to share that knowledge and expertise and lend you a hand because they all love getting to sit down and buff out a quarter panel on an old car. With that being said, I am nowhere near as good at this as Tom or my dad, nor really even know what I'm doing, but I'm pretty sure that goes there, and then you pick this up and rub it around over there. Alright, what the hell? I am once again clearly not cut out to be a body man. Who the heck do I know who's great with bodywork, available on a weekend, and I can pay in beer? Oh yeah. Hey Dalton, yeah, what are you doing next weekend? Alright, our throttle pedal's hooked up with a zip tie, and so is the return spring I stole off my F100. Just gotta remember to put that back. All that's left is to hop in, put it in reverse, and see if this thing drives. Before I do that though, I will put the car in neutral for a little bit. Unlike Fords and GMs, MOPARs do not run their pump on their transmission in park, and they need to build up a bit of pressure before they move. So the best thing to do, especially when it's been sitting for a while, drop it down into neutral, let her idle for a little bit, and then go ahead and throw it in gear. Let's see what happens. Alright, here we go. Trans actually works. Holy shit. It drove out of the shop. It left a huge nuclear green puddle of coolant. I'm going to assume all that glycol dissolved. Look at the color of this. That is some Bruce Banner turn yourself into Hulk shit right there. That is insane. But it did it. The satellite drove for the first time in literally no one knows how long. Well, I suppose the only thing we're missing now is a big fat burnout to wrap up this episode. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this episode, the first installment of the story of our 71 satellite and its journey back to its original owner. As you can tell, the motive from the beginning of the video has changed a little bit. I do plan to still fix this up and fix the ramp truck up and hopefully take them to the drag races at the end of April, and then after that finish this car off and hopefully road trip it all the way up to Wisconsin and give it back to the man who bought it new from the dealership all those years ago. Thank you to those who've liked the video and left a comment, as well as hopefully sharing it to get the word of this satellite out there among the car community. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. We're almost at that 1 million mark, and I've got a little something special planned for when we hit it. As for me, I'm gonna climb in here and see if this sumbitch burn the tires off. I don't know who made that big smoke cloud 4 minutes ago. See you guys next week. Peace.